Hey everybody, it's your pal Drew Dracy, and well, I'm already reneging on my promise that I was not going to do any more videos until the new year, because one of my subscribers actually came up with some excellent ideas on how to modernize my YouTube channel, because it's kind of, it's kind of threadbare with imagery and such, and there's interaction stuff. I could put like a poll, which I'm going to do, which I did. So anyway, I love Marvel so much, but I'm so glad DC. I was a DC guy because they were more honest. They paid better. They weren't going to screw you over. The stuff I did at Marvel was okay, but it was piecemeal. Like maybe I get 5 months of a book, and but that was fun. But I was born too late. I would love to ink some of this stuff. Well, this just occurred to me out of the blue, as things do, that Iron Man and Submariner have locked horns quite a bit over the decades, and it's just something that made me think about it. This cover here, the two of them had fought in like Avengers 3 and 4 because, but I don't count that because it was the Avengers. This is one-on-one. Gene Colan with his dramatic cover, and let's all share. Tony's in a miserable shape. He's like upset about Pepper Potts, and she thinks he's dog dirt, and he's just getting real stressed out. There's a famous one of the many. I don't want to say padding, but it's one of those doorknob images that Gene Colan liked to use. Not as big as Daredevil when he used a whole page for it practically. So Iron Man's heart is weak too, and he goes, I could feel the energy starting to drain from my overworked transistors, and now I'm completely on my own. As far as transistors, I mean, they don't give you power. I mean, they kind of absorb it, I guess, or I may be completely wrong, but I mean, transistor radios were a big thing, so that was like used for Iron Man and other characters, and it was kind of silly. But just like all the doctors in the Marvel Universe have separate degrees, like Hank Pym is a biologist, yet he creates robots, just all kinds of kooky stuff. But, well, Warlord Krang, he has Lady Dorma, who is Submariner's true love. I don't know how he kidnapped her or what, and he sees Iron Man, and he goes, by destroying Iron Man, I shall prove that only Krang is worthy of her love. Prove that I am master of all. I'm like, okay, you try and impress your chick, man. Big mistake. They're supposed to be blue, not Caucasian color. And I'm assuming there's some kind of water or damp system in there, even with the machines. Anyway, so, he starts to fight with Iron Man. Iron Man's like, hey, okay. And Dorma gives him, 4? So he destroys the ship, not knowing who's in it. He barely crashes through the door because he's low on strength. Prince Namor, this is your finish, Avenger. And now I came across a story in Marvel's Greatest Superhero Battles, which was a fireside book that Marvel had done trade paperbacks, starting with Origins of Marvel Comics, then Sons of Origins of Marvel Comics, then Bring on the Bad Guys, etc. And the last one they did through Fireside was Marvel's Greatest Superhero Battles. And it's usually one against the other, or just a great story, period. So it's like Iron Man attacking a weakened Namor was like such a dick move, It's like, I mean, he's not even ready to fight, and Iron Man's trying to get in this one room, so he manipulates Iron Man to Submariner to put him in this chamber, and it must be adamantium or something like that, because it resists Submariner's strength, and there's not a lot of things that could do that. He's like, yeah. And I love this. He must look, Gene Colan, who was very big on photo reference, but you don't tell because his line work is so organic. It doesn't look like he's just tracing a photo. I love that. Maybe he had a picture of a boxer, hitting the bag. And it goes back, and so Iron Man gets all jacked up. And he kicks door down, but Subby is gone. Like the 3-head look. I've always loved that look. Huh? So, you go Submariner through the Long Island Sound, which I always liked that. Like Long Island. Who else in the Marvel Universe lives in Long Island? I mean, it's always like, it's always in the city. The power of Iron Man. This blew me away when I saw this. Because for a lot of time, I see Iron Man getting his ass whipped. And, Gallon Jean did the art, who caught the flu bug after drawing the first 2 pages, finished by Jack Kirby, that asked for who the Submariner was. Yeah, little funny things. Dick Ayers, not good on Colin, but that's a badass image. But put him on Kirby, and it's magic, baby. And it's like the first time I really, like Bill Mantlo and previous writers really made Iron Man like a simp. I mean, they made him real, I don't know. He not realize his potential. He's always clasping his heart and such. Well, here comes Namor again. Pow! That's so. I mean, this is Tales to Astonish, so it's certainly astonishing. Grab some local blaster that's sitting in a boat. Wow. When Kirby draws you a fight, no one's better. I love that he's about to crush the helmet off. And judo. Judo was a big thing in World War II, as far as where a lot of people learned about it. And a lot of times Kirby would fall back on judo because it's a great martial art. Wow. Kick his sardine, smelly ass. This is first I learned the term peans of praise. Bam. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'd love to own any of these pages. If this was the Marvel superhero cartoon in 1996, I pictured nothing else being animated except this fist. It would like go back and forth. It would be like, boom, boom, boom. Trust me on this. Well, he sees Warlord Krang's ship and takes off. So that's it for that round 1. And round 2 is in this issue. You might say, like, geez, Drew, you rich, get all these Masterworks. Well, I only have Masterworks, a bunch of them, of my favorite characters. Daredevil, Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. And, I've reached the end of some of them. Like after Byrne leaves Fantastic Four, I'm done. So, and the Epic collections are great. I wish they came out earlier. I would rather have an Epic collection because it's cheaper. Well, great cover by Marie Severin, Marie the She. She took over, I mentioned this before, how Kirby left to go to do New Gods DC, and Marie Severin she was like the queen of design on covers. Johnny Craig, a classic EC artist known for doing horror work, is drawing this issue. Usually it's Tuska inked by Craig. Sam Granger, who's a great inker. I gotta look into him because I've always liked his stuff. Beautiful, beautiful line work. So towards Iron Man. Brace yourself. That's going to be the most brutal hit in the world. He's coming up on Submariner, and then bam! He flies right into that. Damn! That should paralyze him from the neck down, if only that. But we get back to it. They go underwater, which is Namor's element. Does give them Iron Man a swirly of the greatest swirly of any time. Well, great story. And it's funny because Johnny Craig, you don't think of him as an action guy. You think of him as a horror guy for EC Comics. This sort of is an ecological story where it has to do with pollution and stuff. And, to that extent, I really like Submariner. Because he represents that situation or that Stuff we gotta work on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bonk. It's like bonk to my camera. Okay. Fall. I love this cover too. It's great covers. George Tuska, Jim Starlin's famous issue of where he introduced Thanos. Oh, wobbly, wobbly. And let's get down to it. Now, George Tusk was pretty much the main artist for years and years, and his inkers would change. Mike Esposito actually did a really good job over Iron Man, although I prefer Vinnie Coletta. Now, that is a gorgeous Gilcade cover, and if I had a hazard guess, I would say that's either Bill Everett inking or Ralph Reese. And he's one of those guys I don't know a whole lot about, but yep, there's Tuska. I mean, I said this before. Tuska was a weightlifter, and he was in fantastic shape. And it was before that was a thing. You know, like early on, people would jag you. You know, if you look like a Muscle Beach guy. And well, there's a character Madame MacEvil who later became Moondragon. But I'm like, oof, that's such a dumb name. That sounds like a name from like a Superman comic in the 50s. You know, MacEvil. But anyway, Roy Thomas, or whoever preferences, Mike Friedrich, who wrote a lot of stuff, he had Bill Everett insisted on touching up Submariner to be consistent because Bill was really getting back in the swing of things. Iron Man has no control of his armor at the moment, so he's forcing this fight. Madame MacEvil. See that head, like the faces you could tell right away are not Tuska's, they're Everett's. Love that, but he's sinking like a stone. Because Madame MacEvil didn't know that he had to close up his, his waterproof helmet. And finally she does it. Blam. That's what I love is Tuska was just, Tuska was muscular. It was a Tuscular guy. More crazy action under the sea. Under the sea. Crash. Here we go. Get that. That Bill Everett finish on there. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yep. So what's nice is I'm always rooting for Iron Man because he's a self-made man. You know, he didn't get anything radioactive. He blasts MacEvil's plan. Machinery. Biff. Wow. Smack. And then there's the Blood Brothers with Jim Starlin and first Thanos. And but that's not what we're here for. So, and I have one more. Namor versus Iron Man. Wow. Boy, the golden era. It took years for Iron Man to get out of the drudgery of previous stories. They were just kind of rehashing a lot of other ones. Anyway, David Michelini, John Romita Jr., and Baby Bob Layton, who is a personal friend of mine, I may say. Beautiful cover. Bob did the covers for the most part, and that's just really great. And what I love about this is John Romita and Bob Layton can take the most mundane splash page and make it sing, make it interesting. You know, it's you don't see a lot of comics that start off that way. But anyway, the plane's about to crash. So got that Zipatone going, baby. Because Bob Layton said in an interview that he used, since there was a limit to colors, he used Zipatone as a color. That's a dot pattern, by the way, that used to be able to have to cut and press down. Whew, nice shiny armor. Well, they've both been told lies. It's another ecological situation where Roxxon Corp, which is, it was like Exxon, but they used Roxxon for a name. Well, our ever impetuous Namor get some back. I love that smush. Gets shot from behind by this guy. Although they don't dent his armor, but the impact is unexpected, so it's more like it startled him. And startling, just Just what Namor needs. Wow. Wowzer, wowzer. Gotta use those repulsor rays. Well, he's gonna fly up, and all of a sudden his eye slits open, and Justin Hammer gets control of Iron Man's armor. It's ongoing subplot that gets increasingly darker, but wow, that's just. And later on, of course, like all superhero comics, these two make up, and they take on Roxanne Corporation. Roxanne, you don't have to put on. All right, shut up. These are always fun. The waking up from and seeing double, and then so they go after Roxanne and take. Love that. So be doing what he did in World War II, like nobody's business. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this. I love me some Iron Man, and well, I'll be back sooner than later. Bye.